everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive transformation that's happening right in front of us in the world of intelligence gathering. For years, open source intelligence, or OSINT, has been the quiet backbone of investigations. We're talking manual internet searches, giant spreadsheets, and analysts just reading for hours on end. But, that era is ending. We're rapidly moving into a future where OSINT is an absolute AI-driven powerhouse. Technology is fundamentally shifting how we collect, process, and verify the truth. So get ready, because we're about to explore the tools and methods that are going to define the next decade of investigations. Okay, let's jump right in. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to look at the evolution of OSINT, the artificial intelligence revolution, how we're automating workflows, detecting synthetic media, preserving digital evidence, and finally, the absolutely crucial role of ethics and human oversight. All right, part one, the evolution of OSINT, from newspapers to neural networks. To really understand where intelligence gathering is going, we first need to look at where it started. Before we get into the wild world of AI, let's ground ourselves with the U.S. Department of Defense definition. They call OSINT intelligence produced from publicly available information. And honestly, that phrase right there, publicly available, is the whole foundation for everything we're talking about today. We're not talking about hacking servers or stealing classified secrets. No way. We're talking about taking data that is literally just sitting out there in the open and connecting the dots to reveal a hidden truth. It's honestly mind-blowing to see how far this field has come. Back in the 1940s, during World War II, OSINT literally meant analysts sitting in a room, poring over foreign newspapers and listening to radio broadcasts to track troop movements. Move to the Cold War, and it's about monitoring diplomatic statements. Then the late 20th century hits, the internet explodes, and suddenly we have web scraping. And today, well, we're in the era of AI and machine learning, where sophisticated algorithms can process more data in a fraction of a second than a World War II analyst could read in a lifetime. Moving on to part two, the artificial intelligence revolution, supercharging OSINT. This is where things get really, really exciting. Take a look at this AI tone analyzer. Through forensic linguistics, which sounds like sci-fi but is totally real, natural language processing can read thousands of social media posts or forum comments and instantly figure out the psychological sentiment behind them. It can literally tell an investigator, with numerical confidence, if a post is angry, fearful, or highly certain. Doing that by hand for 100,000 tweets? Impossible. But AI does it instantly. So we essentially have this whole suite of advanced AI super assistants at our fingertips. Tools like natural language processing and automated entity recognition can instantly pull names, locations, and hidden patterns out of giant, messy piles of raw data. Dealing with a foreign language? Boom, instant multilingual translation. And with anomaly detection, the system actually flags weird behavior, like a sudden spike in network traffic or a sketchy new domain. So investigators get alerted before a threat even materializes. Which brings us to part three, automating the intelligence workflow, working smarter. Because having all these AI super assistants is great, but how does it actually change the day-to-day grind for investigators? Well, when you compare traditional OSINT to the new AI-powered methods, it's a completely different ballgame. We are ditching the slow analog methods. Instead of manually clicking around the web, investigators use APIs, which are just secure digital bridges, along with automated web crawlers to pull in data round the clock. Rather than painfully reading through individual posts to spot a suspect's name, NLP just extracts it for you automatically. And say goodbye to tracking links in manual spreadsheets. Now it's all about real-time automated alerts. Basically, automation handles the tedious data collection so humans can focus on the actual analysis. Let's break down what this futuristic workflow actually looks like. Step 1, you collect the data automatically via APIs. Step 2 is where the heavy lifting happens, using AI to process and extract insights. But pay close attention to Step 3, human verification. This is absolutely crucial. We call it the human in the loop. AI is incredibly fast, sure, but it completely lacks context, and it absolutely makes mistakes. Humans always have to validate what the AI finds. And finally, Step 4 ensures everything is securely archived. All right, Part 4, detecting synthetic media, the deep fake dilemma. Because while AI is an amazing tool for us, it's also being weaponized by bad actors. I want you to pause and really think about this for a second. How do you investigate a crime or verify a human rights abuse if you literally cannot trust your own eyes? We're entering a reality where AI-generated images, cloned voices, and deepfake videos can look completely 100% indistinguishable from reality. Just look at the intense contrast here. On one side, you have incredibly sophisticated facial mapping, algorithms hijacking someone's face to make them say things they never did. And on the flip side, you have the intense forensic scrutiny it takes to actually spot that forgery. It's a total arms race. Deception tech is evolving so incredibly fast that our investigative scrutiny has to evolve right alongside it. We can't just look for obvious visual glitches anymore. Those are disappearing. But investigators aren't defenseless. They're fighting back with their own advanced toolkit. They're using reverse image and video searches to track down the original context. They've got neural networks analyzing tiny, invisible artifacts in lip syncing and facial movements.
They use audio detection to catch synthetic voice fakes. And increasingly, they're leaning on blockchain technology, which acts like an unhackable digital timestamp to verify media the exact second it's captured.
That leads us right into part 5, preserving digital evidence, securing the truth. Because finding a vital piece of evidence means exactly nothing if it just gets deleted from a platform.
The thing about digital evidence is that it's incredibly fragile. Platforms will take down graphic content, or users will just delete their own posts out of fear. Organizations like Bellingcat and the Syrian Archive figured out pretty early on that just dropping links into a spreadsheet isn't enough. Those links break. So they built centralized, permanent storage. When you're tracking something like protest violence, preserving that video proof before it's censored is just as critical as finding it in the first place.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Preserving evidence is not just right-clicking and saving a video to your desktop. You need strict chain of custody protocols. We're talking cryptographic hashing, which is like an unbreakable digital fingerprint, to prove a file hasn't been altered by a single pixel since it was downloaded. You need secure timestamping, encrypted storage, and strict acquisition logs. Without all that legal and technical backup, well, in the eyes of a court, that incident basically never happened. And finally, part 6, ethics and human oversight, the ultimate safeguard. We've talked about some crazy advanced tech today, but we need to ground it all right here. Because at the end of the day, AI gives us unbelievable speed, scale, and pattern recognition. It can scrape the web and translate 1,000 pages in seconds. But you know what it doesn't have? A moral compass. It doesn't get nuance or ethics. That is where humans absolutely must step in. We are the ones who provide the ethical boundaries, the cultural context, and the final verification. The technology dramatically upgrades what we can do, but human critical thinking is still the absolute core of OSINT. And that means we absolutely must have non-negotiable ethical guardrails in place. Just because data is public doesn't mean it's fair game to be weaponized. We have to respect privacy and consent. We've got to watch out for biases baked into these algorithms. And we really need to tread carefully with well-intentioned authentication tools like tamper-evident metadata. Yes, they help prove a video is real, but they can also create huge surveillance risks, potentially exposing vulnerable whistleblowers to oppressive governments. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. As artificial intelligence continues to spin up alternative realities faster than our tools can even verify them, how are we, as investigators, as digital citizens, as a society, going to ensure that the truth actually survives the next decade of OSINT? It's a huge challenge, and it's going to take way more than just flashy technology. It requires sharp digital literacy and rock-solid ethics from every single one of us. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember, always keep questioning what you see online.